or actually with no time left on the clock, they scored their 6 points, so it was meaningless. It was really an impressive win by Bellingham again.
And this should be an interesting game for us as well. We're sitting in the stands with the band, so from time to time we're going to be drowned out.
Serenaded it, Roger.
Well, you know, I was just witness to another Paul Carroll pregame speech, and
gives a great speech, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does. And today his number one point was this is a game where two teams are trying to find an identity this afternoon. They're both teams that have played the weaker teams in the schedule, the lower teams in the league, and Medfield comes in 6-0, Westwood 4-0-1, and of course there's a big rating thing on the line, but it really is two teams searching for identity. Nobody really knows what these teams really have just yet around the league as well as around the state.
He runs, he throws, he does it all. He's a very talented and very good competitor.
Well, it doesn't appear that we're going to have a national anthem, which is usually the ritual that we go through every week, no matter where we go. But I guess they do things differently.
Well, we don't have a flag,
here.
Rod, so they have to have mass confusion. Everyone looking at trees with their hands over there.
Didn't you notice all that barbed wire when you entered Medfield?
Yes,
this is a foreign country now. The national anthem is silence, and you just heard it.
Well, we're about ready to start the game. Getting set for the kickoff. Back for Westwood is number 35, Tofi Shimada. Number 15, Tom Despinoza, and number 41,
Brett Jacobson in the middle. Brett was out last week.
That's not his usual number, is it?
Yeah, he was
okay.
injured last
Never
week,
mind.
and you didn't see him back there.
Okay. And we have the kickoff, and the kickoff is by Matt Taylor. And that's Jacobson with the ball. He's at about his 5-yard, 10 line, 15, 20, 25. Finally going to be brought down just over the 31-yard line, 32-yard line, where Westwood will take over 1st and 10. And here's the band.
That's pretty good field position for Westwood off a deep kick like that. It's a pretty good return, straight middle return. Found a seam and picked up quite a few yards out of it.
Westwood's 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line, 33-yard line, we'll call it. Greg Warren is the quarterback. He's got Quentin Scott in the backfield.
Right, this is an inverted wishbone that they'll be running on.
And that is, it looked like Andy Mullen with the ball. Quick guess. Being brought down at about the 35.
That's Walter Burrell.
Walter Burrell, okay.
As Danny said, that's a new set. It's an inverted wishbone. Burrow was the up back on the right side.
Okay, they're at about the 40-yard line. They've got 2nd and about, well, we'll call it 3 from their 40.
Same set.
Warren taking the snaps from number 55, Joe Bean. Hands that ball off to, that's Andy Mullen. He comes out for the 1st down at about the 45-yard line.
Well, if you've, I hope Medfield didn't spend a great deal of time scouting Westwood, because they haven't seen, Westwood hasn't done anything like this all year. This is an inverted wishbone, a give to the up back right, and they'll come back and give to the up back left. And it looks like they're going to stay in it.
Okay, 1st and 10, Westwood from their 45-yard line. Good start here for the green. Same formation. And that one looks like it went to Burrow. Gain of maybe a couple of yards on that play. At about the 47-yard line.
Check the Medfield secondary on that. I know both ends are tight, Dan and Roger, but there was no safety man. They were up playing man-to-man on the tight ends of the corner. It seems to me you could get Thurmond open deep down the middle. Doesn't it look that way to you?
That's exactly what they're doing now. They've really sucked them up tight with this offense so far.
2nd and 8 for Westwood. They're at the 47-yard line. There's Quentin Scott with the ball. Bringing it across midfield before he's brought down. Gain maybe of about 4 yards on the play.
One thing Coach Carroll talked about before was the ability that the offensive line has to play a whole game today, and they have to be able to fire off constantly. And that was some of the problems that Medfield has had, is handling bigger teams, especially the bigger offensive lines.
We got 3rd, and we'll call it 4 for Westwood at the 48-yard line of Medfield. That's Quentin Scott with the ball again. Being brought down by 3 or 4 Medfield ball players, and gain of about 2 yards on the play, where it'll be 4th and about 3 for Westwood.
Oh, I think you got closer than that, Roger. I think it'll be less than 1.
Yeah, he actually got up to about the 45-yard line. The 1st down is just across the 45.
Just about a yard and a half.
He's got about 2 lengths of the football for the 1st down.
Let's see where they marked that. Okay, yeah, about a yard. At Medfield's 46-yard line.
And you ask any coach, Rod, if he thinks his team can't get 1 yard, they don't belong on the football field.
That's right. Andy Mullen up the middle. Watch out. Nope, it's not going to be Andy. It's going to be Walter Burrell. And he's going to charge forward and get that first down, apparently. See where they mark that ball.
Yeah, he's got it easily. That's the offensive line, again, as Dan talked about, really getting off the ball well when they had to right there with 1 tough yard to go.
Okay, so we got a 1st and 10 Westwood here, keeping this drive alive.
Matt Leonard providing the impetus on that right side.
Yeah, they just fall right behind Matt Leonard, and that was easy enough for the first 2 yards to the first down.
Westwood's at Medfield's 43-yard line. 1st and 10. That's Burl in motion, and that's Quentin Scott with the ball coming around the left end. He's going to have some room there, and he's going to be out close to the first down, maybe about a yard shy. Nice run there by Quentin, making a few holes of his own.
That's beautiful run, and that's the kind of thing we really haven't seen much from Scott this year because he really hasn't had to. He's had all kinds of open running room, but there's a case of him not having that much running room, making a couple of cuts and making some room for himself for a nice gain.
We got a replay on this.
Yeah, he takes that little skate step to the outside and then cuts back inside for an extra 2 or 3 yards.
All right, we got 2nd and 1 here for Westwood. And that is going to be Burl with the ball again for another first down.
Wolverines really wanted to shake the first half blues that have kind of gotten to them, and with a drive like this, whether it ends up in the end zone or not, they've gone a long way to prove that they can come at you physically and wear you down. That's 3 first downs on this drive.
This is one of the best sustained drives we've seen of this team this far this year.
Yeah, and it's been stupid. I mean, it's been simple. You know, it's been basic football.
Right,
hand the ball off, block the man in front of you, and go.
Right, Medfield's 31. That's Mullen with the ball. Still up, finally brought down by the shoelaces. He brings it down to about the 25-yard line where it'll be a gain of about 5.
It is one big difference, though, between the actual wishbone and this inverted wishbone. It's a straight-up block rather than people shifting and hitting people across from them.
Yeah, there's no sliding. There's nothing involved in the offensive line at all except block the man in front of you. And eventually, if you keep wearing on a defense like this, one of those plays could break, as that one almost did.
We got 2nd and 4. We're at Medfield's 25-yard line. Burl in motion. Quentin Scott with the ball. Nice hole for him to break through. Still up, finally brought down, maybe about the 10-yard line will be another first down for Westwood.
Quentin's got such an advantage when he gets the ball deep in the backfield like he did there. He can see the thing opening up in front of him, and
you got to give credit
like
to
a
his
great
line.
back, you let him make the cut where he wants to go. And his linemen are moving the Medfield
the
defensive
proverbial
line.
hole you could put a truck through.
Yeah. But the key thing is that he gets the ball deep enough to read that hole and doesn't necessarily have to go where it's designed. He can go where his linemen are blocking.
Okay, we got 1st and 10 here for Westwood. Mullen with the ball. That's going to be read pretty well. He might have gained a yard out of it.
That was a little counter play. I think that was designed more to say we are willing to run a counter out of this than it was to actually gain yardage, just to keep them on their toes and keep them aware that you're not going to see dive left, dive right forever.
All right, so we got a 2nd and 9, we'll call it. We got a timeout called by Westwood. And with a timeout here, we're going to take a quick 30-second break and come right back to you.
Westwood calls timeout.
The Headline News Network.
We're at Medfield's 10-yard line, we'll call it, just shy of the 10-yard line. And Dan, I think you were just saying.
That search for identity we talked about at the top of the show, Westwood has seemed to have found some kind of identity because they've brought it up, putting together a fantastic drive, and it's just, here we are, guys, try and stop us.
And Burl is in motion. And Warren is looking to pass the first time this game, and intended for Thurman, incomplete. Looked like he stopped running on the play.
Yeah, they were trying to catch him by surprise a little bit. You'd think the man out of the backfield might be a little more open than that. It was well read by the secondary man to stay with him. That's a tough read on a back out of the backfield.
Good time to try that play though.
2nd down and a long way to go. You know, when the field gets short, it's always a good time to throw.
Oh, the play was there. Thurman was just a little short. Mullen in motion to the left, and that's Quentin Scott with the ball, and is he met right in the backfield. Stuffed. Best play that Medfield's made so far.
Okay, Westwood's coming on with the field goal unit. Whether they'll try it or not remains to be seen. I wouldn't be completely surprised at a fake here, although they do have a long way to go.
Well, the wind is blowing directly across the field.
I don't think you'll see Sullivan come in for the...
Well, he's in there now.
I stand
Be a
corrected.
30-yard attempt, 31 yards.
Dan
This
Sullivan
should
in for
be
the field goal.
this wind is made for Danny. Has a tendency to hook
Snap
occasionally.
is
This
down.
would
Kick
keep
is up,
keep
and
out
it
from-
is long enough. Is it good? It is good. Westwood leads 3-0.
Okay, that's an impressive drive, and it's a great job by Danny Sullivan to come away with points on it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You hate to go down the field and put a drive like that about 70 yards together and come away with nothing, because as long as you can come away with points, that's a big edge, and that's going to help Danny Sullivan especially throughout this whole game to come out and nail the first one. It's a confidence builder, and he'll be there all day now.
Well, especially when Danny's got something of a personal battle here with arguably the best kicker in the league on the opposite side of the field from him. He wants to show that he can kick the football a little bit too.
Now, this game is ripe with competition right up and down the lineup. All right, so Westwood leading here 3-0, and we don't.
We're straining for the clock.
4:09 left in the first quarter. There's
We're
the clock for you.
situated.
4:09.
We're in the penthouse, the Adams Russell luxury box here at the Medfield Stadium.
You saw it as they opened up the game with that game shot, and we are significantly hidden now as this crowd starts to thicken. And this is going to be one heck of a game. There's going to be a crowd all over this place on both sides of the field.
Now, Medfield will get a chance to answer now, and the key thing is for the Westwood defense to keep that answer brief.
Okay, Sully getting ready to kick off barefoot, and on a day like today, that's got to affect them somewhat. Now, these guys that kick barefoot, they tell you they don't feel it, but I don't believe it. Sullivan gets the kickoff. It's a little short. It's going to an up man and a big up man. And the up man's going to be down at about the 28-yard line.
Again, an
28.
outstanding job by the Westwood special teams. That's one area that they've excelled at all season long.
There's one of the funny things about football is it's the same people who tell you that kickers shouldn't kick barefoot. A kicker kicks barefoot because most say they have a better feel for the ball. And people say, well, that's stupid, you should kick with a shoe on. It's those same people who want wide receivers to take their gloves off. You can't have it both ways.
That's a good observation, Bill.
It's always amused me.
All right, Ted Yabaccio is in on the tackle on that play. Medfield, 1st and 10. At their 29-yard line, we'll call it. Matt Taylor at quarterback. Getting his alignment squared away. And that is Farrell with the ball.
44, Todd Farrell.
Todd Farrell.
Brought down.
Pearl came in and forced the play and then got a lot of help to keep that from going far. If you've got it back with great breakaway speed, the best way to neutralize him is get him before he gets going.
Joe Bean and Scott McIntyre on the tackle.
Roger, just an observation I've always noticed about Westwood football is they always come into a game and into a big game with something different and something new for the other team to look at. Whereas the other teams always come in with the same thing. They've been completely scouted in it, and Westwood is never surprised. You saw all the motion. You watch all the motion Medfield puts together, and the defense really doesn't have to make the adjustment because they're so well scouted.
All sorts of motion going on out there. 2nd and 8 for Medfield, and that's Farrell with the ball again. You know, it surprises me. It doesn't matter how much motion you have or what you try to do. If you're handing it off to the same guy who's your powerhouse in the backfield anyway, you got to know it's coming.
Yeah, Farrell was clobbered there. That was an outstanding play. I don't know who it was. I wish I did, though. I'd give him a hello. That was Mark Thurmond, I believe. I'd say that was a fine play on a straight-off tackle give to Farrell.
Okay, we got a gain of about 1 on that play, where it'll be 3rd and about 8, we'll call it. Medfield is at their 32-yard line. Taylor looking to throw. Under pressure from Shea. Gets the pass off, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and he was forced to throw that away, really. He had receivers covered. He was getting pressure, and he was really forced to throw the ball away. Get a receipt, Dan.
Yeah, get a receipt there. We'll pay you back. Don't worry
We're
about it.
buying programs now from a vendor here in
Ah,
the
the
stands.
life of a cable TV guy. You know, it's just not easy out here. Okay, we got Taylor back to punt, it looks like.
50 cents each, guys.
Yeah.
No, we owe you 50 cents, Dan. No, don't worry about it. We're good for it.
Taylor.
Almost
Almost
blocked
got
by
to
Mark
it.
Thurman. And that's
Taylor
your
tried to bluff the
Jacobson, rather.
Taylor
Great
tried to
play by
bluff
Medfield.
a roughing call, but Thurman went by cleanly. There was no flag there, and there shouldn't have been.
Well, Jacobson will be brought down at his 30-yard line on a fine play by Medfield, and Westwood starts there at 1st and 10. We got rosters now. Unbelievable.
Well, Westwood's put an offense on the field. They drove right down the field and put 3 points on the board, and they put a defense on the field that stopped them after only a 3-yard gain, 3 yards in 3 plays. So early advantage, Westwood without a doubt.
Yeah,
The psychological advantage has to start
about it.
taking effect sooner or later.
The longer you can keep the blue defense on the field, the more the impact is psychologically.
Andy Mullen with the ball. Gain of maybe about 5 or 6 on that play. See where they spot it.
Good first down yardage is so important in sustaining a ball control drive.
8 yards.
That plays like that, if you can get that on first down, then you can sustain a ball control drive. You don't get into those 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 8 situations.
And this offense is just starting to really utilize their size. I mean, we've known all year long how big they are, and they're really starting to utilize it. And they're just blowing the blue off the line of scrimmage.
Right now they are. They're overpowering.
Scott in motion. Mullen with the ball around the left end with some room. Nice play by Andy. First down for Westwood. Brought down by number, looks like 88 from Medfield, and 88 is missing in action.
No,
Peter Guglietta.
Peter Guglietta, it looks like.
Guglietta.
We'll give Mullen 10 there. That's 18
Nice
yards
one.
on 2 carries for Andy in the here in this set.
First and 10, just shy of midfield. Call it the 49. Greg Warren handing it off to Walter Burrow. Met head on. Gain of about a yard, we'll call it. Maybe 2. Where he's tackled by number 43, Easy Burks.
I'd say both
Easy
sides of
Burks
that
is still
center,
down.
both sides of Joe Bean. One side Matt Leonard, the other side VJ Kelly. They're just blowing wide open holes on both sides of that center for those quick dives. And those dives are just picking up yard after yard after yard. You can see the Westwood sideline going absolutely nuts. I don't know if you can hear him, but number 43, Easy Burks, is down injured, and that just is more and more inspiring because they just want to come in here and put a world of hurt on this Medfield blue team.
You always want to try to, well, you don't want to create any hard feelings here, Dan. Remember where we're sitting. We are sitting in Medfield stands, Dan.
That's okay. It's the band.
Yeah. Well, you got a couple of looks there that let you know that it wasn't just the band sitting there.
But it's true. I mean, any team wants to do that. I'm sure Medfield wants to do the same thing to Westwood.
Yeah, they might want to do that to us in a minute.
You always want to try and wear down the other team's quality players. I mean, you don't go to injure them, but you go to wear them down and tire them out.
Well, I don't mean they're out there deliberately trying to hurt people. I hope I don't want to be misunderstood thinking I want them to go out there and break arms and legs, but you want to abuse people and wear them down and beat them up if you can.
Because we're about to be.
Really? Well, let's liken it to a prize fight where if you lean all over your opponent through 10 rounds, eventually he's going to wear down.
Stands over if anyone gives us a hard time. Band and all.
All right. We got 3rd and about, well, we'll call it 4. Long 4, call it?
Well, it's
Or
4.
short
It's
5?
short 4. It's a short 4 or a long 3, I think.
All right.
Here they go again.
Warren dropping back to pass, second time today. Complete to Walter Burrow. Walter Burrow along the sideline, brought down at about the 28-yard line of Medfield. Another fine play by Westwood.
It was a fine pattern by Burrow out of the backfield, 17-yard completion. Good run, good catch and run after he caught it, but also great protection for Warren. Westwood offensive lines holding tight, holding their ground, and they have been the story thus far. The
Was this
Westwood
team
offensive
inspired?
line.
Coach Paul Carroll ran all the way down to the 28-yard line and helped Walter up and jumped up and down and patted him on the head and the back and everywhere.
We got a 1st and 10 Westwood from Medfield's 28. Westwood playing some very, very, very good football. Best football we've seen them play thus far this season. Quentin Scott with the ball, shakes one tackler loose. Still up on his feet. Whoa, is he hit? Finally going down. Foul knocks him down and knocks him down good.
There's nobody I've seen in this league that does that any better than Quentin does, that can really make something out of it. Absolutely. He should have been hit 2 or 3 times on that run. Instead, he picks up 7 yards on what should really have been a 2-yard loss.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Farrell caught up with him. He was 1 cut too late, but still 7-yard gain out of that is outstanding.
31 Mike Tebow from Medfield came over to the coach and said, "Coach, did you see? I can't hit that." He just looked at me, looked me right in the eye and said, "Excuse me, but I have to go downfield now." And he just ran right by me. He's over telling his teammates, "Did you see that guy?"
Yeah, Quentin got right up too. Spring right up.
Quentin's kind of like when he gets the ball deep in the backfield and he's flying, he's kind of like
Somebody's
a
in trouble.
knuckleball coming at you.
Somebody's in trouble.
You don't know where he's going
Exactly.
next.
That kid's got more moves than X-Lax.
How's our cliche tally?
It's the end of the first quarter, Roger.
We've been advised it's the end of the first quarter, so we're going to take a quick break here and come right back.
We're supposed to notice these things.
Hey.
Yeah, Mullen went in on the left side, didn't find anything, spun to the outside, and had his first down, I believe, or was very close to it. But again, there is a flag down on the play.
We have holding against Westwood, so that'll bring it back.
Yeah, that was thrown in by the back judge, and in most situations you can get away with a grab in there, but if the back judge is, if the linebacker's clear out and the back judge can see it, boy, he can see it clear. He's got the greatest view in the world of it, and that's where that one came from.
Well, in the background, you've got the Medfield band playing the sideline shuffle for your listening pleasure. All right, we got 2nd and 10 here for Westwood. I thank the band for that rendition. Quick handoff. And it looked like there's a fight going on in the middle now. We're going to see a lot of physical play today.
Well, yeah, they stacked up Scott pretty good, and you don't like to see your small back getting in there and getting banged around too much.
He's had his share of injuries.
Joe Bean kind of walked in and said, maybe you boys would be happier somewhere else, and they dispersed.
Okay, we've got a gain of about 2 on that play, we'll call it. Make it 3rd and 9 for Westwood. We're just shy of the 25-yard line.
This is got to be a throwing down, I would think, here.
No doubt. And we were wrong, and that's maybe why it should have been a throwing play. Quentin Scott on the run, and Todd Farrell on the tackle, it looked like. Was it Farrell? Was it Farrell or Ken Engels?
68, Darrell Kerr made the stop.
68, okay, I thought it was 64.
That time they sent Scott into the off-tackle hole, and there just wasn't anything there.
Well, the Wolverines are going to go for it here. It's one of those caught in between. It's a little too long for a field goal attempt.
Well, I don't know. They had the field goal unit coming
boys.
on, and then they didn't, and then they had to take a timeout.
We got a timeout here by Westwood, and as I was saying before, this has been the best game we've seen Westwood play thus far. They've been penalty-free, knock on wood. We hope we haven't jinxed them. There was just that one penalty there, but they've had some very nice sustained drives. They've been mixing the plays up very well. And I think, Warren's only passed once or twice? Twice.
Yeah, certainly the best first half we've seen.
And they've mixed up their backs pretty well.
They're coming out and just serving notice that, hey, we're here to play. You know, it's like a Roger Clemens fastball. Here it is, throw it waist high, belt high, and hit it. If you can hit it, if you can take me deep,
that's
fine.
Right.
But if you can't, you're going to have a long day at the plate trying to hit me, and that's what
Westwood's
doing.
They haven't keyed on one back out of the outfield, and the backfield, you and Roger Clemens in the backfield. They've mixed up the plays pretty well thus far.
They may fake this one. They've got a little more room to work with than they did at the other end when we were talking about it. You don't know, though. The breeze
Dan's
is
got
now
a little bit more of a wind
the
going
breeze
this
now
way.
favors them.
Yeah.
It's still an awful
It's going to
long
blow
boot,
from right to left.
but it'll also blow it downfield.
Snap is down. Kick is going to be faked. Then it's going to be a long pass over the middle toward the ball. Complete for a touchdown. What a play! Touchdown, Westwood.
Matt Taylor and Mike Tebow, the defenders back on the play, saw it coming all the way. Everybody in the park knew it was coming, but Walter Burrow just still got himself open, and Greg Warren nailed him at the 5-yard line. That was it.
Slid on a little delay and out move down the field. Ball was laid in there. It was one of those
pulls a rabbit out of the hat again.
That one was. It was one of those ones that you can drop because he was out there waiting for it so long.
Oh, yeah.
But he secured it.
That was a beautiful pass.
Really
It was a well-thrown ball.
I tell you, Warren's got such a nice touch on that ball.
That's really got to hurt the Warriors here now.
All right, now we got Sullivan in for the real kick. Point after attempt. Warren's got the snap down. The kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. Westwood 10, Medfield nothing.
That extra point didn't go much higher than the pass, but it counted.
What a play.
Roger's just been an awesome display so far of Westwood offense and Westwood defense.
And it hasn't been, the execution has been good, but it hasn't been so much a question of execution because there hasn't been anything exceedingly difficult to execute. It's been a case of the offensive line pinning their ears back, tightening up the chin straps, and moving the Medfield defensive line.
I would have to say that Westwood is playing up to the level of expectation that you and I and Dan and actually everybody from Westwood who's followed them has been waiting for them to play.
Now this is, as I said before, without a doubt, certainly the best first half they've played, and they really seem fired up. They're ahead 10-0, and that field goal becomes big because now
it's two scores.
Yeah.
It's two scores.
And that's 2 scores on 2 possessions for the visitors.
Okay, back from Medfield, we've got Mike Placido, Todd Farrell, and number 31 is Mike
Here we
Tebow.
are, you know, with a
Dan Sullivan's kicking off.
couple of minutes gone in the second period, and Medfield offense, which is capable, has only been out there 3 times, run 3 plays and out, and that, you know, that's.
And that's Farrell with the ball, and he's dangerous, trying to get around to the left sideline, and he does. And he could be gone all the way. No, he's going to be brought down from behind by number 30.
That's Mike Totino. Mike has great speed
Mike
as well.
saves that tackle, saves that touchdown, rather.
Excellent field position for Medfield. That's something you really didn't want to let him do, is get out of the hole like that after the score. But I think the Westwood defense here will be fired up enough to.
Hey,
to
Bill, you
hold
brought
up.
up a good point. Medfield just hasn't had time to possess.
No.
Westwood has kept them off the field, that offense off the field, and they've dominated the game.
That's the beauty of ball control style, is that you can. The guy starts the game and he's got. You know, he's got a certain number of minutes to score a certain number of points, and you go down and score. You've taken the lead, and you've taken the minutes that he's got to get the lead back off the clock on him. And Medfield is not, you know, Taylor's a pretty good little thrower, and Farrell can be dangerous, but they are not what you'd call a quick strike attack.
All right, well, we got an official timeout here. I think the timer wanted to get his watch straight, or maybe wanted to get the scoreboard clock right.
Which doesn't matter to us because we can't see it.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
8:23 we're told left in the
First and
second
10
quarter.
from Medfield. Say that 3 times fast.
I like it.
Taylor rolling out right, optioning over to number 34, and he's got some room, and he's going to go for a while. He's going to be brought down by Bean, number 87, Tom Bean. And 34 is John Trebino. Nice run by Trebino.
Yeah.
That's a first and 10 from Medfield. That'll bring it down to Westwood's 27-yard line on the best run thus far for
Well, that was a
Medfield.
good play both by Matt Taylor as well as the receiver on that end who took out the cornerback on that, who was coming up to stop that option, because Mike Shea did his job. He just buried Matt Taylor, which is his job on the option, bury the cornerback, and you hope that the D or the outside linebacker can come up and make the stop. But good downfield block. And
Yeah, the wide receiver actually did throw a good block. He had to get special permission from the wide receivers union to do that, because ordinarily that's not something that they do.
All right, Farrell with the ball in the middle, spearing his way through for a gain of about 4 yards, brought down by Scott McIntyre. And number
71, Scott McIntyre.
65, I think it might have been, or 25, Walter Burrow. That's a 2nd and 5 for Medfield. They're at Westwood's 23-yard line right now. And it looks like Medfield's offense has gotten untracked.
Yeah, they're starting to get some momentum here, and it's up to the Westwood defense to stop the bleeding. And right now, it'd be as good a time as any.
Option play again, same one, but this time it's not going to go as well.
Jeff Roberts with an outstanding play coming up for his linebacker position.
Matt Leonard helping out in the beginning.
Matt Leonard did a
slowing
good job
down.
of forcing that outside, and Jeff was right there to stop it. Again, Mike Shea doing his job. He just, defensive end, you just come up and just hit the quarterback.
Yeah,
and
defense.
force him.
That's right. Defensive end has quarterback on that. That's a pickup of about 2, Raj.
We got a 3rd and about 2. We're at Westwood's 20-yard line.
I'd like to apologize. You know, I don't want to sound like we had Medfield dead and buried, because this football team could put some points on the
Oh, yeah.
board, and this game is long from over.
Oh, absolutely. I think we were just saying how impressed we were with Westwood's offense.
Farrell with the ball again in the middle off the left tackle.
First down.
And that looks like it's going to be the first down. He was brought down by Jeff Roberts and Tom Bean. And B.J. Kelly looked like he might have been in there as well. First and 10 Medfield from Westwood's 16-yard line.
Medfield Warriors with about 7 minutes left in the half.
We've been advised there's 7 minutes left in the half.
Or about.
Or about. Matt Taylor, quarterback. Trebino with the ball again in the middle. We got a flag on the play.
That's
We got-
really the back. That's the back judge again. If that's not holding, I'll be amazed.
We
That's
got
about
Jeff
all
Roberts
they
in
call
on
when
the
they throw
tackle.
it in on a running play.
Roberts and I think it was Tom Bean was in there as well. See what the official call is. It is against Medfield.
If you're defensive lineman and you're being held, you plant that seed
Holding.
to the official early, and eventually it pays off. And someone may have mentioned on the first series that, as you're watching, I think he's grabbing me. And
All right,
that
so
would-
that's
And the referee was obviously looking at one particular person, because he took the flag out and threw it right at the guy.
Right at
Hit
him.
with
dropped it right at his feet.
that's it. This is for you. Merry Christmas.
Dejected feeling that is.
All right. That'll bring them back.
Well, Westwood overcame their difficulty with the penalty in the last drive. We'll see if Medfield can overcome this one.
That'll bring him back about 10 yards, where it'll be 1st and 20 for Medfield from the 24-yard line.
No.
Spot of the foul.
First down and 18 yards to go for Medfield.
Gives Taylor a little bit more room to pass.
But it gives the defense a little bit more room to work.
That's true. You don't have your back against the wall. And here's Taylor passing.
Back to pass, number 9, Matt Taylor.
Complete to number 16, and number 16 is Rob Henry.
Rob Henry.
That was a fine throw on that out pattern. That was a big league throw all the way, and a good grab going down for it.
Got a 2nd, and we'll call it 6 from the 12-yard line.
Call it 5.5, Raj.
All right, we'll call it a short
5.5, 6. 6 1/4.
Sounds like some of the stock I own.
Yeah.
That's because you buy it.
Yeah, it was 133
Yeah,
a couple
right.
of weeks ago, though.
You buy it at the 5 and 10.
Farrell with the ball, and he's going to be in. No, he's not. Is he going to get in? He's crawling his way in.
No.
It might
He
go
is
down
going to be
line, should be
short
first and
by
goal.
about a yard. So it'll be 1st and goal for Medfield, and a fine run by Farrell, taking people with him.
Yeah. Excellent run. Found a hole on the right side and then made a couple extras on his own and almost put it in the end zone.
He's got about a foot to go for the touchdown.
You're going to give the Warriors credit. I mean, they've
Timeout,
come back.
Medfield.
They've responded quickly. They've taken the ball and moving right down the field against the Wolverines.
And that is something that they had to have done. If they didn't do that, you might as well have just handed. And I'd like to echo Dan's sentiments from last week. A great day for football.
Well, today's it's a little bit breezy and a little cooler than it has been. Although down the field it's probably warmer. We're up here on this knoll.
Mother Nature's saving all of its bad weather for one day at Holliston.
That's happened to us, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's been, usually you
And
get a
it's
couple
happened
of
to
bad
us at
days during the
Dover.
season. It's been gorgeous all season long.
Yeah.
There was a threat of rain at Dover, but that was it. It's just been beautiful.
Yeah.
But then there's Bellingham, and the weather's always
Yeah.
awful.
And we got a
Bellingham.
quarterback plunge, and it's going to be in for the score. Matt Taylor.
Even when the sun's out in Bellingham, the weather's awful.
Medfield gets on the board. Westwood ahead 10-6 at this moment, coming in for the point after conversion. And you go for the 2-point or you go for the 1-point conversion here?
I go for the one. It's early in the ball game.
It still takes 2 scores, so.
Yeah, I think it's. There's really no percentage in going for the 2.
We've got Matt Taylor getting set for the point after attempt with the kick.
Matt's a good kicker. He kicks a real high ball most of the time and gets it up quick and has enough leg to get it long too, which is
Snap is down. Taylor's kick is up, and it's a
That
line
one was
drive
real
through the
high.
uprights, and it's good. And with Westwood
one he
ahead
didn't
here,
get up at
10-7,
all.
we're going to
He
take a
hardly
break
did
and come
through.
right back.
Oh, is that talking about knuckleball?
In the second quarter,
5.5 minutes remaining.
Matt Taylor teeing it up for the kickoff.
And number 41, Greg Jacobson. Got the kick is number 9, Matt Taylor.
And Taylor with the kick. And that is going to go to
Andy Mullen.
Andy Mullen, 24. That is 25, 30.
And the ball
Brought down at the 35-yard line, where it's, again, very physical in the middle.
number 55.
And you know they're out there trying to strip the ball from each other.
Physical all over the field.
Westwood starts 1st and 10 from their 35. Nice return by Andy. Good field position to start.
Yeah, it is good field position if they can sustain the same kind of offensive thrust they've had thus far. We should be okay here. That inverted wishbone again, Roger.
Warren to Scott, going nowhere. Scott met by a host of Medfield players.
That was kind of a busted play. It looked like Warren and Scott ran into each other in the backfield.
Loss of about a yard and a half. Well, we'll call it a yard. 2nd and 11.
Ball spotted on the 34-yard line.
You know, the Medfield defense wants to do just as well as their offense did, just coming off the field. So they're pretty boosted and psyched right now. Pitch out to Walter Burrell around the right end, and that's going to be fouled, dragging him down after the gain of about a yard.
That's a quick toss, and that's a good call against that defense because you can get out to the outside clean, but Farrell's got so much speed he was able to get over there and
it was a good
wrap him
play.
up.
I believe on that play, the tight end's responsible to get out there and get that guy, but it's such a tough block for the tight end to get out there and try and take on safety.
Too. I mean,
and
it's tough to get out there.
That's what I mean. It's a real hard block for a tight end to get out there and try and block him. And it essentially becomes a one-on-one with the back and your safety, and it's whoever makes the better play. That time Todd Farrell did.
I see Paul Carroll and Bill Lagos over there, and they usually don't get involved too much in the offense. So they may have seen something in the Medfield secondary that they want to be aware of.
Billy Lagos just went out of your picture with the hat on, and he's
changed
his Hollywood image, and he got a cut and shine with his new haircut he's got over there.
He's got a little too much moose in there myself.
He's trying to get rid of that Hollywood Lagos image, and he's going to the East Boston image, I think is what he's looking for.
Next thing
Football.
He'll be in hospital operating room attire pretty soon. That's East Boston, isn't it? In fact, that's where I'm headed at halftime.
Do you have your hospital attire with you?
Well, actually, I'm going to the zoo. But there's only one kind of animal, and they all run around in a circle.
Well, you got Dan and me stumped, but I don't think we're going to take it any further. 3rd and 10 for Westwood when we play resumes.
Spending the afternoon at the race course.
Oh, that animal. Okay.
Oh, the old greyhound analysis.
No. Running horses.
Oh, the
3rd
ponies.
and 10.
Indeed.
Westwood at their 35-yard line. Kyle Kallenberg split wide right. Burrell wide left. Burrell calling for a timeout, and it's not going to be seen. Well, maybe it is.
Maybe it was. They definitely had the wrong formation in there because they had Kallenberg on the outside, and he was covering Thurmond at tight end. In that formation, Thurmond was an ineligible receiver because Kallenberg was on the line of scrimmage with him. And that, there was definitely some confusion on the personnel and the formation in there. And that Burrell spotted it and called a timeout and was awarded it.
Fortunately so, otherwise a loss of 5 for delay of the game. Or possibly loss of yardage on the play.
Beautiful day for football, Rod.
I was waiting for it.
You're gonna start that again? That would indicate to me that they were trying something. They were drawing one in the dirt, something they had seen in the secondary.
Here comes the band.
It sounds like a Cherokee war party.
Soon, many white men come over mountains. Then they put in highways, Mercedes. Los Angeles becomes the center of the population.
We Hakawis.
Many buffalo roam now. Buffalo soon disappear.
Back to football.
All right, again, 3rd and 10 for Westwood from their 35-yard line. Mullen in motion. Scott with the ball. Woo! Scott with the ball in the backfield. Met by number 88, and 88 is Peter Guglietta.
Westwood will be forced to punt now into a breeze that's shifting. It's still really crossfield right to near side to far side as you're seeing it. But it's going to be tricky, and it's as tricky as it is to punt. It's also tricky to catch a punt in this. And,
Greg Warren back to punt. He'll be punting from about his 25-yard line. We got Farrell back there with Mike Tebow. And it's obviously going to go to Tebow, and it's angling for the sideline. And it's going to go 32. Out at about the 31-yard line.
Again, the Wolverines just following Coach Eric Wolfinger's long time. You just punt for the sidelines. He's always done that. He's always had good punters for the past few years with Greg Warren. I believe Matt Kelly punted before that. And for years since Eric has been here, he's always had this punt to the sidelines.
Yeah, why risk the return if the guy's got a big leg? Let him do it. That one there it was important.
Why risk a return if you get speed on the other end catching it?
Yeah, it was important there to execute the punt and get the ball out of there and not make the kind of mistake that would really sustain Medfield's momentum. Now your defense has some room behind them.
All right, we got 1st and 10 for Medfield. They're at their 33, we'll call it. Farrell looking to get around the left end He's going to be stopped by Tom Bean and number 36, Yabaccio.
Teddy Yabaccio. Some help in there from brother Joe Bean.
Second and 8.
3:36 remaining in the half.
We'd like to thank our official spotter down here in front of us, keeping an eye on the clock.
Vin Kelly, son VJ out there.
Oh, nice play. Nice tackle anyway, but didn't get it off in time.
That'll be close to the first down. It'll be good for it where they're spotting it now. That'll be a first down for
John
Medfield.
Trevino, the ball carrier, and Shea really put a hit on Taylor just as he was letting that ball go.
Well, the Westwood defense is executing properly. Matt Leonard's out there where he's supposed to be, but he's just getting beat to the corner. And once he's able to get around Leonard at the end, he's got plenty of running room before up the sideline. He's always going to have that 6 to 10 yards. 4 to 6 yards.
Leonard's at the tackle. Leonard has the dive man, and Shea has the quarterback, and that's as it should be. It's the corner man who's got to come up,
First and
or
10.
the outside backer who's got to read to the outside and get there.
Medfield's just shy of their 40. Taylor looking to throw, and it's going to be long and incomplete for number 16, Rob Henry, covered by Teddy Yabaccio.
Westwood secondary in good coverage there. There wasn't really an open receiver.
Making it second and 10 for Medfield from about the 39. Westwood ahead here, 10-7. Coming down to the final 2 minutes of this
This is
quarter.
an important series for Westwood. You'd like to get the ball back before the half and keep Medfield from scoring.
Draw play to Farrell. Farrell is going to be tripped up by Scott McIntyre, reading it very well. Didn't get sucked in on that one.
No, McIntyre hung tough and had good coverage in the back. He got Farrell by his shoestring. A lesser back, he would have clobbered.
Yeah. Third and 8 at the 41. Look for another passing play here.
That's going to be the
2-minute warning. Yeah, that one we predicted
are
pretty
all
well.
right, There have been so few stoppages
That's true.
with so few penalties in there. We were right on top of that one.
The game's moving right along too because of it.
Yeah, the Westwood drive. I don't think the initial Westwood drive that resulted in the field goal. I don't believe the clock was stopped once on that set, and they had the ball and were.
When play resumes, we'll have Medfield third and.
That's a good question. Dan just asked why it was. No, I'm sorry. That was the draw play it was running on. Okay.
That's why.
Well, maybe you want to finish it for the rest of us who didn't.
No, that's okay.
That's why I make a fool out of myself quietly. I don't do it on the microphone.
Jeez, I wish I
Some
had
would
learned
say.
that. I wish I had learned that. Taylor looking to pass, escapes one tackler, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he caught that on a hop, no question.
Intended receiver was Mike Keefe. Good coverage there by Walter Burrow
That was good coverage. They're getting some pressure on
Tom Despinoza.
getting some pressure on Taylor, but he was tricky, and because it was, they're announcing now it was ruled incomplete, obviously because it was.
Jacobson back to receive with Taylor punting. Jacobson will come back to his 15-yard line. Scoops that ball up, might not get the kick off. It's going to be a short one anyway. And it's going to be out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Now they're going to have to pick that flag up.
Yeah, because the ball
was mishandled, and he lost his protection as a kicker once that ball hit the ground. They'll pick that flag up for sure. That's he loses his kicker's protection at that point.
Because you don't know if he's going to kick or if he's going to run.
Right. He becomes a running back, and he loses his protection of the kickers once he's hit by that bad snap. They'll pick that flag up, I'm sure.
Roughing the kicker.
They're calling roughing the kicker.
That's incredible. You
That's
can't
the wrong
call
call.
roughing. No, you could call a personal foul or something like that on it, but you cannot call roughing the kicker at that point when he's run. He's made running steps. That's terrible. Westwood should really.
Paul Carroll is
They should
raving over that.
really plead their case here because it's a case they should win.
we're going to try to bring up the replay for you. We're not sure if we have it, just to take a look at it again.
I think the replay is clearly going to... The fumble of the snap doesn't in and of itself constitute him losing his kicker's protection. But once he starts to run, then he has lost his protection as a kicker, and he's liable to be hit like any other running back. And that flag should be picked up. That's a poor call if it stands.
Wolfinger over there pleading his case. I'm afraid we don't have that replay.
Well, you're going to have to take our word for it.
I don't think this is gonna. It's gonna fall on deaf ears. Westwood's not gonna win this one.
It's an argument they clearly should have won. It was there's no question. It was.
The referees are still discussing it. Looks like the referee's going to march it off, but they're still
discussing yardages, I believe.
Medfield may catch a break here and get a first down out of this.
Well, they did catch a break on a very poor call.
So Medfield will retain possession. And they will cross midfield into Westwood's territory. They're at the 39-yard line of Westwood, where play will resume at 1st and 10.
It would really be tragic if that impacted the outcome of the game, because that's an obvious error by the officials, and they had time to discuss it. And
up until then, the officials had done a pretty good job.
yeah, he didn't. He had long since lost his kicker's protection.
45-yard line.
1st and 10 midfield.
Counter.
And that's going nowhere. Scott McIntyre in on the tackle, as well as.
Well, that little bit of adversity looks like it raised the ire of the
Shay.
Westwood defense.
Yeah, just a little.
They were certainly all over at that time. Medfield going without a huddle here.
Looking to pass to number 16, complete. Rob Henry, brought down by number 25, Walter Burrow, after his initially hit by 87, Tom Bean.
Yeah, they're ruling his knee was down when he caught it. And that's where it'll fall. It's a first down.
1st and 10. Medfield now at Westwood's 25-yard line. Flag on the play. They'll bring this one back. It was complete to number 31.
And a fine play by Tommy Despinoza out there to tackle him immediately. It would have only been a gain of 2, but I think
They're going to bring it back.
That's coming back for a hold.
No, it's going to be called against Westwood.
I didn't see it. I don't know what it was. The immediate assumption is to say, the officials are out to get him, but obviously I didn't see the call.
They're yelling at Joe Bean right now, or they were, and Scott McIntyre steps in to try to calm him down. Let's see what we've got here for penalty.
What are they signaling? It's a big one, whatever it is.
And it's
personal foul somewhere on the defense.
1st and 10 for Medfield at about the 12-yard line. Taylor looking to pass. Going to get it off to 31, and 31 is Tebow.
Tebow out of bounds at about the 7 to the 8. 7.
36 seconds left here in the half. Medfield's got to work this quickly.
I don't know what their timeout situation is. I got to think they've got a couple left.
Second down and 6 yards to go for Medfield.
All right, we're 2nd and 6 here for Medfield, driving. They're at Westwood's 7-yard line. Taylor passing exclusively since that roughing the kicker call. Continuing with that, and that's going to be complete to number 31, Tebow again, and Tebow is going to be brought down by Teddy Abaccio.
This could be the makeup call here. We've got a flag down, and it's going to be holding Medfield. Yeah.
All right, do you take the down or you take the penalty?
You take the penalty. Yards mean more. With the time on the clock and the closeness to the goal line, yards mean a lot more than downs here.
And Medfield's calling for a timeout. So while we have an opportunity here, we're going to take a moment after this replay. We're going to take a quick break and come right back to you. We're down.
Call a timeout with 26 seconds.
And we are back. Medfield threatening here.
They've just been hit with a setback in the form of a holding penalty.
Third down
They
with
could
15 yards.
put them out, push them back out to about the 18-yard line.
All right, so we're 2nd and 15 for the first down. When play resumes, Medfield still in the huddle, as you can see.
Is there enough wind for you guys up here, or did you like me to turn the fans on?
Well, it is starting to get just a little cheeky.
Yeah. We're up here in these aluminum stands.
Let's say completely cold.
Yes.
All right, Medfield coming out of the huddle. Carroll signaling in the defensive set. Matt Taylor shifting his offense. Now he's just throwing it up long on the Westwood on the blitz, and it's complete. Touchdown, Mike Tebow. Westwood blitzing on that, and Taylor reading it well and getting that pass off.
Yeah, that's a timing pattern. He's just going to throw it high and long and let Tebow run for it. And Tebow did a good job. Good athlete. Got up and caught the ball. Came down with a touchdown.
Unfortunately, Tom Despinoza was the one that got burned on that. Tom played pretty good throughout the season.
Yeah, it's tough for him to cover a bigger man in a situation like that. The ball's up and it's jump ball, and Tebow's a bigger man, went up and got it.
Well, that makes it 13-10 Medfield. Setting up for the attempt at the point after. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. Medfield ahead here, 14-10, just shy of the end of the first half. Here on your screen.
Yeah, and he is hot.
Yep.
On the 41-yard line.
Right now, the referees are talking to both teams, both team captains. They're going to tell them to settle down and play football.
We got 13 seconds left in this half. Warren's going to have some quick passing on this one in order to get in for a quick score of any kind.
I don't know if they're going to even try it. Maybe content to run the clock out. At this point in the field, I don't know.
Don't even want to try one?
Well, I do.
Mullen in motion. Quentin Scott with the ball around the left end with a nice run, getting out of bounds.
Well, from there, I might want to try one, Raj.
There you go.
4 seconds to go, and damn little to lose, I'd say.
Quick pass, incomplete, stop the clock, and maybe go for the field goal.
They'll never get another play off with 4 seconds to go, Raj. This is going to be it.
Started on the Medfield 45-yard line. It's 13-10 to go with about 4 seconds left on the clock.
All right, and they're going over that play.
Right.
Warren in the shotgun. Looking for number 41, and it's incomplete.
I don't think he would have been able to get it into the end zone anyway.
He'd have been close.
But he would have been close to the goal line. A fine throw by Warren.
Excellent throw. Brett Jacobson, the intended receiver. And at the end of the half, we've got Medfield ahead 14-10 against Westwood. Don't go away. This has got to be one heck of a second half.
See, as Matt Taylor picks up the ball's fumbled. He picks it up and he takes 2 or 3 steps, or actually 3 or 4 little stutter steps there.
And he takes those,
he gets buried by Mark Thurman. But in the referee's opinion, he never gave up his option to kick. He always intended to kick the ball, and that is just a judgment call. You know,
wow. All right, referee calling for both teams out on the field. Let's go. Let's get this game underway. Kicking for Westwood is 24. Dan Sullivan. Back for 44. Todd Farrell. 31, Mike Tebow. And 24, Frank Marinella. Sullivan getting his kamikazes lined up.
Number 23, Dan Sullivan.
And we're just about ready to start the second half of this exciting football game. Sullivan gets the kickoff, and it's going to be to number 31 at his 20-yard line. That's Tebow, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. 35, I guess.
Looking for that seam that they found on the first kickoff return, or the second kickoff return in the first half when they came up that left sideline. But they talked about that in the locker room. That's one of the things the special teams talk about in the locker room. And Paul Carroll told him, you got to get over there and you got to go get him. That's all there is to it. And they were able to get to him that time before too big a gain.
Medfield 1st and 10 from their 36, 37-yard line in that area. Matt Taylor having a great game, passing thus far. And that's Farrell with the ball, trying to get around the right end, and he's going to be shoestringed by Ted Yabaccio, and then Mike Shea is going to come in and stop him.
Good play by Teddy coming up from his left corner position. Teddy just slowed the play up enough. He didn't bring him down, but he slowed him up enough to allow Mike Shea and others, Jeff Roberts, 65,
Bean,
Matt Leonard, 79, to get over there and join him.
Bean.
Joe Bean.
And Tom.
And Tommy. Host of tacklers.
Bean and Bean, attorneys at law. Good name for him.
Yeah.
2nd and 11. Tebow in motion. Farrell with the ball, trying for the left end this time, and he's going to be stacked up after running into Tebow, and Westwood is going to be there to greet him.
Well, it's very important on both sides of the ball to try and get a good set of plays.
Good
They got to
opening
open up
series.
the half, and so far for the defense of Wolverines, it's been good these first two plays.
That'll bring the ball back another 4 yards. It'll make it 3rd and 15 for Medfield. It's just about their 32-yard line now. And put Taylor in a passing situation, and he's been very successful thus far, as we've said, especially on that scoring drive. As Taylor rolling to his right, looking over the middle, incomplete, deflected by Scott McIntyre. A wobbly pass at best.
Yeah. He threw it under pressure, no flags on the play. He's going to be forced to punt, but I think someone in the line, maybe Matt Leonard or someone, get their hands on it. VJ Kelly was just able to get a hand on it and deflect that. Came out looking like a Billy Kilmer pass. Billy completed a few more of his, though. So a good set of downs here for the defense. And the Wolverines will get the ball back.
And we get Brett Jacobson back for Taylor's punt. Punting from his 21. This will be a tough one to field, and he's going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll down to the 30. To about the 25 before it'll be downed. Call it the 24, where Westwood will take over. And a good opening series for Westwood.
There's a flag down upfield, and the Medfield players, 68 Dal Kerr, not too happy with himself. They might be going against the Medfield Warriors. Flag laying at about the 43-yard line.
Oh, regardless of the flag, as I said, a good opening series for that Westwood defense. They needed to come out and start that.
There was a flag on the play.
Waiting for the call.
Penalty may be against the...
And it is against Medfield.
Oh, it is against Medfield.
Personal foul against Medfield.
The call is the personal foul against Medfield.
The personal foul.
So they'll march that off and bring it up to...
That's really not a surprise, George, because you got to think that the referees are going to want to take charge early in the second half and not let this game get out of hand.
That's true.
So they're going to see something, even though it might be not the most major
And there's every
foul.
indication that this game could get out of hand.
It could very easily. It was towards the end of the second half. So if they take it away right away before it gets flagrant or gets out of hand.
Yep. So that'll bring Westwood up to their 39-yard line now instead of their 24. Starting out with a good field position here in the second half. Greg Warren, the quarterback. Mullen and Scott in the backfield. And that's Mullen with the ball. Mullen, nice run here by Mullen around the right sideline. Still up on his feet, finally being brought down after a great game. Brought down by number 43. 43 is Easy Burks.
30-yard gain for Andy Mullen right up the middle. That's what you said. You want the offense to come back and do it, and that's what they did.
Westwood charging into Medfield territory. They're at the 30-yard line now of Medfield. Replay is up.
You can see Andy doing a great job of running, finding his holes and hitting them.
Broke about 3 tackles in this run. Quentin Scott with the ball. Mix up there in the handoff a little bit. It's slow in coming together, so to gain about Well, yard we'll call it. 2nd and 9.
Gates are brought down at
The 28.
7-yard line. Second down and 9 yards to go with 7.
We got Walter Burrell splitting wide left, Kallenberg wide right, leaving Mullen and Scott in the backfield. That's Mullen in motion. Scott on the pitch out, just escapes Rob Henry, number 16, looking for some room.
He's brought down by number 10, Mike Placido.
And we got 31 Tebow bringing him down. So we've got a gain of maybe about 2 yards there.
Quentin that time did an outstanding job of following the blocks. He got a good block from Andy Mullen. Then he just got right behind Scott McIntyre and followed his block and waited for it. He didn't do what a lot of high school runners are doing. That's outrun your blocking. You don't want to do that. He just waited for the block to happen, and then he cut in behind it, which is a good job.
All right, so it was a gain of about 3 or 4 on that play. 3rd and 5 for Westwood. We're at Medfield's 25-yard line.
Third down and 5 to go for
And we've got the same setup as the previous. And it's Andy Mullen with the ball. Mullen still on his feet after breaking 1 tackle. Finally brought down by 43 easy. Burks at about the 15-yard line. 13.
Andy Mullen doing a great job. He got hit hard on that play by Mike Nossel, 3 yards past the point of attack, and he just stayed right on his feet, bounced off it, and just kept going.
The Medfield tackler went high instead of low.
Well, it takes a lot to knock Andy Mullen off his feet. He's quite a load out there.
Well, he's got a low center of gravity, as they
Very
say.
low. Back to that inverted wishbone that they were using so effectively in the first half.
And that's Walter Burrell with the ball. Westwood mixing up its offense. Maybe a gain of about 2 on the play. Easy Burks in on that tackle as well. That'll make it 2nd and 8.
Great football name, E.Z. Burks.
Bound for glory. Got to be a pro athlete one day. We're at the 13-yard line of Medfield. Warren to Burrell. Burrell being met by Henry, number 16.
Walter Bowles. Tackled by number 16.
Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. All right, so we have a 3rd again and 8. Still at about the 13 or 14-yard line.
Ball is 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
We got Warren shotgun. Looking for Burrow out of the backfield, and he's got him. Complete, knocked down by number 9, and number 9 is Matt Taylor.
Good play by Matt Taylor.
Reading it well. Gain of maybe 3 on the play, so we got about 4th and 5 here. And you bring in Dan Sullivan.
Eric looks like he's going to go for it. See on the replay here, Greg with plenty of time. Good job by the offensive line to give him that time. And just a quick out to Walter. Walter, he could have got probably to the corner of the end zone if it wasn't a play Matt Taylor made on him. Matt just sitting back in a safety position and came right up to make the play. Good job by Matt Taylor.
Well, we got a Westwood timeout here. And we got 4:44 left in this 3rd quarter, as you can see. Medfield ahead 14-10 here. And you say go for it?
Well, there's plenty of time in the second half, and you've seen your defense stop them 2 out of 4 drives, so stop them cold the opening drive here. And you know Danny Sullivan can get it there.
He's already done it once.
But it looks like they're going to be going for it. Danny Sullivan remains on the
Still on
sideline.
the sideline, yeah. Now they need 5 for the first down, so they can still get the first down without the touchdown. What do you think, Mullen?
Mullen or Quentin Scott on the sweep wide to the right. Even Walter Burrow, but Walter Burrow's going to split wide right. Wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see him put the ball in the air here with all that room to the right-hand side.
Well, Mullen's had some good runs in this series. And it ain't going to be Mullen.
Jack's pass, number 7.
Intended for Kallenberg, and it's complete, and he's in for the touchdown.
Great
Kyle
job. Great job. Kyle Kellenberg. That's a tough play to stop because Kellenberg just goes down about 5 yards and cuts inside. But Greg Warren did a great job. He just stood there. He had plenty of time to throw, and he didn't rush the ball like he did earlier in the game. He just stood and waited for Kyle to make his cut. Kyle looked back at him and threw it right into his numbers. Watch, you can see Greg. See, he just stood there, cocked the ball, and waited for Kyle to get open. And then
Kyle
just drilled him
broke
for
through
the
two defenders
touchdown.
to get that touchdown. Nice play by Kyle. Westwood 19, Medfield 14. We got Sully in for the conversion. Warren holding, snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Westwood 20, Medfield 14. And at this point, we'll take a quick timeout and come right back.
Score is now 17-14 in favor of the Wolverines.
This gentleman is
Well,
making...
and the offense got on the field and just marched right on down, and nothing seemed to have been able to stop him.
Keyed by the 30-yard gain, first play by Andy Mullen, and then a couple of hard running plays by both Mullen and Scott. And then great play, Greg Warren and Kyle Kellenberg for the go-ahead touchdown.
And we got Dan Sullivan kicking off. And that's Mike Tebow taking the ball at his 20. He's 25, 30, 34-yard line, brought down by number 43.
Brendan McCarthy in on the
I
tackle.
believe it is, yeah.
And he's brought down the 33-yard line. It's now 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
All right, so we got 1st and 10 from Medfield, Big Blue, Medfield Warriors. They're at the 33-yard line. And now let's see if they can come out and answer the call.
On defense, they've moved V.J. Kelly doing a
VJ
linebacker
trying to
and
get in
put
the
Scott
middle.
McIntyre down on the ball.
Under pressure. He's going to get it off, and it's going to be complete to Mike Tebow. Tackled by 36, Teddy Abaccio.
One
Nice
thing that worried
reception.
the coaching staff was the secondary. You can see on the replay. Taylor doing a good job. He had pressure on him. He had some pressure coming up from behind, but he was able to get his wave to his receiver, tell him to get downfield and get behind him. As you can see Taylor now rolling to his right, under pressure from he's being chased by Joe Bean, but there's a good job of pointing his receiver and telling him where he wants to go, and then hit him right in the hands.
I think that was VJ pressuring him, 56. But either case, we have a man down on the field. We can't see who it is.
I
from
think
our
that's
vantage
Tebow who's
point.
still down. He took a pretty good hit after he caught the ball.
Okay, it is the receiver. Mike Tebow is still down after that reception. He was hit pretty good by Teddy Abaccio. See if we have a replay for you on that. See where he got hurt. 4:08 left here in the third quarter. Okay. And here's that replay again for you. We'll follow it through to the end and see how he gets
See
hurt.
Taylor now pointing Tebow downfield.
Mike's up now on his own.
And he gets it. He might have just landed funny. He come down on the ball and knocked the wind on him because as soon as he caught it, he brought it in. He landed right on the football. And he's on the sideline. He's okay. He's just trying to stretch a little bit.
Yard line of Westwood.
Okay, 1st and 10 Medfield. They're at Westwood's 42-yard line. Easy Burks in motion. Foul with the ball. Hit initially by McIntyre, but he shakes him loose. Then he's going to be stacked up after a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. And Scott's not happy. He had him in the backfield, and he let him get away.
Well, he hit him hard, and he delayed him long enough for Jeff Roberts and Andy Mullen to get their hands on him. Joe Bean right in there.
So a gain of 2 on the play. We got 2nd and 8 from the 40. Okay, getting the signal squared away now. Tackle wanting to know what's the count on. Taylor setting up for the pass. Under pressure again. He gets it off, and it's going to be incomplete to Tebow. Covered by Tom Bean on that play.
Mike Tebow.
Had some time in the pocket.
Yeah, he did have time in the pocket. Matt Taylor, only 5'8". He does a good job of seeing his receivers from where he is, really, because he's got big guys all around him. And he's able to pick out his receivers rather well. But you're right, he's another poised character. He's senior. He's been there before. He knows how to stand in the pocket and take some pressure and still get the ball away. He's been very effective so far today.
Okay, 3rd and 8 from Westwood's 40. Keep playing this drive here for Medfield now.
3rd down and 8 yards to go for Medfield.
On the option again to Farrell.
Stop to number
Tom,
34.
Matt Leonard gets in there to slow him down, get some help from Joe Bean. And from V.J. Kelly.
Brought down by number 56.
It's going to be 4th down now, Rods. He picked up about 5 on that play.
And we got 4th and call it 4.
Again, perfect execution by the defense. Mike Shea comes up and takes out the quarterback. That's his man as a defensive end. And you just hope the linebacker or the corner can come up and make the stop.
All right, so we got 4th and 2. We're at the 30. We'll call it the 32, I guess. Rob Henry splitting wide left for Medfield. That's foul with the ball as expected. Hey, he's going to be a fumble! Westwood is going to recover the fumble, it looks like.
And they did recover.
And they did. Let's see who gets up off the bottom of that pile. And that's the first miscue we've seen in the game.
And a big break for Westwood. Although Farrell looked like he might have been shot anyway.
It looked like Shea recovered the fumble. It's hard to tell. We're going to have a replay and we'll be able to tell. Here it is right now.
You can see just as he gets popped right there at the end, the ball goes flying free. It's just a free ball, trying to catch it.
No, I think it was Mike Shea.
Westwood Wolverines take over on their own 41-yard line.
First and 10 Westwood from their 42. Big break now for Westwood. Do you see who hit Farrell initially to cause that fumble?
I'd say it was Mark Thurman on the defensive end. That's where that shot came from.
Quentin Scott with the ball, being dragged down after a gain of about a yard.
Number 33, Quentin Scott.
Tackle was made by number 16, Rob Henry, I think, and number 71, J.B. Baker. Must be Easy Baker's brother. Oh, that's Easy Burks. Heavy on initials here.
Down, 43-yard line.
Second and a gain of about 2, just short of 2.
9 to go for the Wolverines.
We're at the 43-yard line. Westwood's 43. Greg Warren handing it off to Andy Mullen. And Andy Mullen's got the first down, and then some. And Andy Mullen just having an outstanding game.
That's the second time they've run that counter play off that reverse, that inverted wishbone that they run. And Andy Mullen's just doing an outstanding job, running hard. They're getting him holes, and he's just hitting them quick today. Picked up another 12 yards. He's going to be easily around 100 yards this afternoon.
I would say so. And normally that's the type of figures you look at for Quentin Scott. But Andy's playing like a man possessed. There's nothing that seems to be able to stop him today. First and 10 Westwood, just across midfield. Mullen in motion. Quentin Scott with the ball up the middle. Matt Taylor brings him down for a gain of about 5.
He's taken down by number 43, Easy Burks.
Brought down by Easy Burks.
Roger, a big statistic that they keep in football is first down yardage. It really opens up your offense. And Westwood all day long has averaged about 5 or 6 yards on first down, which makes your second down call much easier.
All right, so we get second, we'll call it short 5, long 4. That's what Bill would say if he was here. We're at Medfield's 36-yard line. We got Kallenberg splitting wide left. Burl wide right, tailback. Mullen and Scott in the backfield. Mullen in motion. Scott with the ball up the middle between tackle and guard. Close to that first down marker.
Looks like he's going to have enough for another Westwood first down. We've got another
Mike Nozzle bringing him
down
down
on the field. Well, they both get up.
It looks like he's got it from where we're sitting. And they're going to give it to him. First down, Westwood. 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. We are at Medfield's 32-yard line. Nice sustained drive here by Westwood. Now we're going to have a timeout. That's the end of the quarter. And at the end of the quarter, third quarter here, Westwood is ahead 20-14 at Medfield. Don't go away. We're coming right back. Mullen with the ball. Mullen trying to get around the right end. Still up. He's going to shake one tackler, but he's not going to shake the rest of them. And he's going to be brought down by number 55. And 55 is Mike Nozzle. Excuse me. Gain of 3 on the play, we'll call it. And there's a hard 3-yard gain by Mr. Mullen.
Andy loves that kind of running.
Yeah.
He feels strange when he gets out into that pasture land. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He runs around looking. Sometimes he might wait for
somebody hit me.
Yeah, wait for someone. Come on up here. Get in front of me and I'll run over you.
Second down and 7 to go.
2nd and 7. We're just across the 30 now. Call it the 29. We got Scott in motion. We got Burrow with the ball in the middle. A nice hole. And he's going to be brought down by Todd Fallon, Easy Burks, and Matt Taylor. Nice blocking, following the blocking of
VJ
looked
Kelly.
like Jeff Roberts,
And
65.
And VJ Kelly, 56. Good job of blocking on the offensive line. Another first down for the Wolverines. You watch that hole. Opens up right in front of him. Walter Burrow get through there. He get 5-6 yards downfield before anyone hit him. Again,
That's going to be a first
play where
down.
they needed it.
1st and 10 from Medfield's 20. And, oh, Andy Muller with a nice hole here off that left end. And Mullen's brought down by, looked like Rob Henry, number 16. Or Matt, yeah, 16, Rob Henry. Nice gain of about 5 on the play, we'll call it. 8:38 right there, left in the game. Westwood on a nice sustained drive here, controlling this game right now.
Boston front on the 14-yard line. It's second down and 5 to go.
Well, we got a flag on the play, so it's not going to count.
33, Quentin Scott.
Quentin Scott, the ball carrier, would have been close to the first down if the play had counted.
Immediate flag is probably offsides against Medfield because they let the play run. That's a preliminary indication of the Westwood players anyway.
Yeah.
So that'd be a
Here's your
free
replay.
down. The flag went flying immediately. Quentin Scott banged ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
It is against Medfield, so the play will stand.
Offsides against Medfield.
Jeff Roberts speaking with the referee. Jeff was forced to change uniforms to 65 because I think his 64 was just a half shirt. And I don't think that half shirts
A
are
little
allowed.
cheeky today for that.
Well, half shirts aren't allowed in high school football, so they made him put on a full jersey.
They're going to assess the penalty from the line of scrimmage.
It's a free 5 yards. It's going to be close
Free
to a
5.
first down, if not a first
Yeah, I think
down.
it's going to be the first down. Let's see what they do. And it is the first down for Westwood on the penalty. Nice break there for them.
Boston front on the 14-yard line. It's first
All right, so now we are at about just
Well, they run it-
about the 10-yard
First and
line.
goal looks like the 10 because they laid that
Yeah,
other down
just
marker
inside
down.
the 10. Yep. So first and goal here for Westwood. Mullen with the ball in the middle, still up on his feet, finally taking 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. It looked like a gain of about 3. Tough to tell from our vantage point. It looked like a gain of 3 or 4 in the play.
Just watch him move that ball marker, the down marker. Yeah, picked up about 3 yards.
Boston front.
Where it will be second down and call it 7.
Yeah, you just can't say enough about the way this team has responded to that second quarter blitz where Medfield tacked up 14 points, 2 touchdowns quickly. To come back from look like a pretty deep hole, they dug themselves early.
Yep. We got Thurman running out of the game. We're going to have to call a timeout here for Westwood.
Eric takes the second time out of the second half.
Equipment repair for Thurman. Second and about 7 for the touchdown. 7 is the quarterback. 33 is Quentin Scott with the ball, and he's still up on his feet, and he's going to be close. He is going to be just shy of the touchdown.
But you just can't say enough about the play of these running backs this afternoon. Both Andy Mullen, Quentin Scott, Walter Burrow, all running extremely hard. They're taking 1 hit at the line, 1 hit 3 yards downfield, and bouncing off it and picking up 2 or 3 more yards.
We got 3 to go for the touchdown, so it's 3rd and 3 for Westwood. And we got Andy Mullen with the ball, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. Andy Mullen.
Another beautiful drive by the Westwood Wolverines, and Andy Mullen deserving
Andy
that
Mullen
one,
scoring most of it.
picking up most of the yards, well over 100 yards on the day, and he got his right there by getting in for the 6 points, and that's going to open up the lead to 23-14. That's
He
a big,
deserved
big
that one.
touchdown.
He deserved that one. He set up most of that play for them. Andy Mullen having an outstanding game, probably his finest game of the season.
Oh, without a doubt. Not just for him, but for this whole team. You know, a lot of people have accused them of being sluggish, and they haven't been today. They've executed perfectly. They've gone out there and done the job so far.
Okay, Warren will be in to hold for Sullivan.
Back kick for the Wolverines, number 23.
Snap is down. The kick is up, and it is
And the extra point is
good.
So it's now 24,
Westwood 24, Medfield 14, with 6:44 left in the game. A little bit of breathing room, and now Medfield has got their work cut out for
They
them.
certainly do. They're going to put up 2 touchdowns, and they're going to get the ball. First of all, they're going to get the ball on the hands on their ball twice. I mean, Westwood has just played complete ball control here in the second half. 2 long drives, just running the ball right down the field. And, I mean, even if they put a long drive together here, which they did in the first half, they put a couple of drives together, but that's going to eat up a lot of the clock. And with Westwood's ability to move the ball, it's going to be tough to get their hands on the ball twice.
Well, let's see if they're going to be up to it. Tell you, if you're the Medfield coaching staff, would you have anticipated that Mullen could have had this type of game if you got a guy like Quentin Scott in the backfield?
Well, that's what Eric does so well, is he gets performances out of people that you don't expect. I mean, you're going to come into this game as a Medfield coach keying on Scott, or keying on Burrell, figuring that they're going to be the person to stop, and you stop them, and here comes Andy Mullen, picks up 120 yards and scores a couple touchdowns for you. So
That's just a credit to the versatility of that Wolverine team, and to the coaching staff as well, being able to utilize the talents of all their people. Sullivan with a line drive to the up man. And the up man is a big man, 64. 64 is going to return that ball fairly well. Ken Engels brings it out to about midfield. Call it the 43, it looks like. So Medfield will have good field position to start.
Probably going to start throwing the ball exclusively. They really have to try and get some big guys.
Matt Taylor looking for Tebow, and it's going to be broken up by Teddy Abaccio.
Teddy Abaccio got burned in the first half. He wasn't going to get burned again. That's for sure. He did a good job that time. He went down with Tebow. He watched Tebow all the way down the field. And then when Tebow turned to the ball, Teddy Abaccio did just what the defender should. He got right in front of him and turned to the ball, and then it becomes a jump ball.
And not one of Taylor's better passes. Up there for a long period of time, a wounded duck almost.
Yeah, it did hang up there, which is much the more the advantage of the defender when the ball hangs like that. Allows him to catch up and get right there. But Teddy was right there stride for stride with Tebow.
Okay, 2nd and 10 for Medfield from their 43-yard line. And Mark Thurman breaking that play up, and that's going to be Todd Farrell with the ball. And he's going to be met by Mullen and Tommy Bean. But the key to that play was Mark Thurman keying in on Taylor.
Well, they run that option, and it's Mark Thurman's job as a defensive end to hit the quarterback. But he got in there so fast that Taylor had to wait for Farrell to get around the end. Yeah. And it was a good job, and that allowed for the defenders to come up. Andy Mullen came up from his outside linebacker position, as well as Scott McIntyre and
Third down and 5 yards to go for Medfield.
and Mark Thurman. They were all in, made a great play. Tom Despinoza was the name I was looking for. Came up from his cornerback position.
All right, so we've got 3rd and gain of 5 on that play. Still a nice gain by Farrell.
On the 47-yard line, and 3rd and 5 to go.
I will go option right, since that's where all of their yardage is. No.
I think they were going to try and run a little. They faked the counter play, and he was just going to throw a quick ball out to the
And
left
VJ
flat
and
to
Mark
Rob
Thurman
Henry.
didn't fall for it.
No, VJ and Mark Thurman also in there made a great play.
Yep.
It's going to be 4th and long, and they're probably going to have to punt.
Loss of a couple of yards on that play, so we'll make it 4th and 4. We got Taylor in to punt.
Tommy Bean is back deep. Oh, it's just going to be shot. It's going to be a fake.
And it's going to be
They threw the
blocked
ball,
out
and
in
it's gonna
front
be
by
knocked
61,
out.
Mike Shea. Mike Shea reading that play exceptionally well on Rob Henry.
Rob Henry tried to fake the play and just throw it, but Mike Shea made a great play to knock it down. Here's the fake, and there's Mike Shea right there, putting his arms up like he should, and knocked the ball down. So with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, the Wolverines are going to get the ball deep in Medfield territory.
It'll be
Greg Warren
first.
turns his ball into the referee.
1st and 10 for Westwood from Medfield's 45-yard line. Good position to start in.
Boston fly on the Medfield 45-yard line, and 1st and 10 to go for the Westwood Wolverines. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game.
1, 2. Andy Mullen. Andy Mullen still up on his feet and dragging people with him. Gain of maybe about 3. We got a flag on the play. It looks like it might be. Yeah, it is. It's a after the whistle on the left side.
Downfield. I know who he was throwing it on.
Well, it's against Walter Burrell or Mike Tebow from Medfield, and it looks like it's called against Tebow. It looks like it might be personal foul after the play was whistled dead.
He doesn't know it.
He doesn't agree with it.
Well, no player ever does agree that he
That's
committed
right.
a penalty.
Let's see if we have a replay on that.
They've got a
Personal foul against Medfield.
Happened downfield on the far side of the field.
It's after the play is whistled dead. Let's see if we can bring it up for you. We're searching for it now to see if we have it. And here it comes. All right, now watch after this play is whistled dead.
Well, first Andy Bean does another good.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy Mullen
Okay,
again.
see?
Bang, bang, bang.
Right there.
It's right up in the top of the screen, and you can't see it as we switch camera angles.
But what happened is Burrell hits Tebow, and Tebow comes back and retaliates, and that's what the officials saw. We have an official timeout called by Medfield. We have 5.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Ball back.
All right. Here's a replay.
You can see Quentin Zolan, he never really got the ball. The ball hit him in the right shoulder and just bounced free.
All right, 1st and 10 for Medfield. Break for them here. Taylor looking to pass. He's going to be under pressure, and he's going to get it off. Over the middle, intended for Rob Henry. Incomplete. Tom Despinoza on the coverage.
Again, great defensive pressure. Mark Thurman joined in there by 61 Mike Shea. Taylor just had to rush that throw just a little bit.
2nd and 10 for Medfield with time running out. Medfield needing 2 touchdowns here to get ahead, as you can see. And there's Taylor setting up to pass again under pressure from Thurman, and it's going to be... It looked like it was complete to number 88. From our vantage point, we couldn't tell. Peter Guglietta. And let's see where they spot that ball now.
Only got back just about to the line of scrimmage. That's exactly where he got right back to the line of scrimmage.
So maybe it wasn't complete. All right, either way, it's 3rd and 10. Taylor looking to pass again to his right side, out of bounds. Intended for 31, Mike Tebow, but it was nowhere near him. That'll put them into a punting position again. And the officials are looking downfield, but for some reason or another.
4th down and 10 yards to go with the ball on the 29-yard line.
I'm not sure I understand what they're questioning downfield.
Everyone's pointing downfield at something.
I think maybe they're saying that something was thrown. That's a guess. I think what there is somebody had a mirror down in the corner, and it was flashing, blinding some of the players. I don't know whether it was intentional or unintentional, but they've sent somebody down there now to talk to them about it.
Everyone's a little confused. Everyone's running around.
Well, they've gone down to speak to the people in question. A couple of girls down in the corner of the end zone. They get their hands buried in their faces buried in their hands now. They're pretty embarrassed.
Yeah, it looks like the girl, whoever the girl was playing the Wolverine today, she's got the brown uniform on, but someone's embarrassed about something.
All right, we got 4th and 10 here for Medfield. Matt Taylor setting up to punt. And looks like Westwood's going to force this. And it's going to...
Matt Taylor with the punt. It bounces in the
Takes a
35.
long roll from Medfield. It's going to be down around the 18-yard line of Westwood. Nice punt there from Medfield. No return by Westwood. No attempt at a return. So Westwood will take over 1st and 10 from their 18-yard line.
Well, Roger, you got to be impressed. I mean, you can't stop saying it. You got to be impressed with the way these Wolverines have come out here in the
No
second
doubt
half.
about it. Finest game they've had thus far this season. 1st and 10 from their 18. And couldn't see who got that. I think it might have been Walter Burrell. Yes, it is. Walter Burrell across the 20 to about the 21. Second and about 8, we'll call it, at the 21. Still plenty of people here. There's nobody leaving this game. This game's not over yet. Warren to Burrow. No, Despinoza. Tom Despinoza. Gain of maybe a yard. We have a flag on the play as well. And Walter Burrow is down. He's hurt.
Yeah, he looked like he might have got hit from behind on that play. Referee was standing right there. No, I guess it looks like he might be going against Westwood.
Looks like it might be a personal foul against Westwood. Let's see what the officials call it. Against Westwood. Call was clipping. And now Westwood is back at their own 10-yard line. With 2nd and about 18, we'll call it.
2nd down and 20 yards to go for Westwood. The ball
3:50 left in the game. And that's Andy Mullen with the ball. Andy Mullen is brought down by Easy Burks.
Number 24, Andy Mullen.
And number 57 and 57 is Matt Santolo.
Matt Santolo and number 43, Easy Brooks at the tackle.
3rd and about 15. Westwood's at their 14-yard line.
Go for the Wolverines.
And we got a bad snap there. We have a fumble.
It's funny, Roger, I was just thinking that's the one thing they don't want is to turn the ball over in this position. It's
You
gonna be
would go
fourth
and
down.
think that, wouldn't you?
I
Jeff
wasn't going to
Falk.
say it, though. That's why.
Number 7, Greg Warren with the recovery. Now 4th down.
Warren recovering the bad snap. And they are now in a
Medfield's
punting
gonna come
position.
with everybody on this play.
Back deep to receive is number 31, Mike.
Warren punting. Nice punt by Greg. Beautiful booming punt with the wind at his back. And Tebow touched it, and Westwood's going to recover that ball. Big break there for Westwood on
And
a
that's what
beautiful snap and kick by Warren.
What a punt. Roger, that was 60 yards
That
in
was
the air.
incredible. He had the wind at his back, but still it carried real nice. And we're going to show you that on a replay in just a second. It's coming up now. Look at this thing
That's
sail.
from the goal line, Roger, and he just boomed
That's right.
one.
Tebow drops it right there.
Right through his arms. He wasn't expecting it. He was backpedaling, trying to get his hands on it. Big break for the Wolverines with just over 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Westwood is at Medfield's 46-yard line.
Takes over the ball on the Medfield 46-yard line. 1st and 10 to go.
And that is Andy Mullen with the ball. Stopped in the middle, so he goes around the left end and brings up a couple of 3 or 4 yards.
Just keep adding up the yards for Andy Mullen. He's going to get our game ball today, MVP without a doubt.
No doubt about that.
He's had a great game on both sides of the ball.
2nd and 5. We're at the 40-yard line. We have, I think the officials are signaling for a timeout, wanting the official timer to wind the clock down a little bit. We are at
that's a
2
2-minute
minutes.
warning, Raj.
2 minutes left in the game. So that'll be the official notification to both teams.
And if you weren't impressed with Westwood Wolverine football in 1987 before, you
You
got
are
to be
now.
now. This team came in picked by the Boston Globe, although they don't have all the facts and figures. They picked them as a 2-touchdown underdog today.
But the Globe never picks Westwood.
The officials have sounded the 2-minute warning.
Okay, 2nd and 4, we'll call it. At the 40-yard line of Medfield. Mullen with the ball again, stacked in the middle, goes outside. And he's going to be close to the first down. Tell you, he reads those holes real well.
He's
When
had
there's
an
no hole there,
outstanding
he
day.
finds one.
They say every dog has
First
a day,
down.
Raj. And
Right
today's
now,
been Andy
Andy's a
Mullins.
pit bull.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ball right on the 33-yard line.
1st and 10, Westwood. We're at the 35, we'll call it. Warren to Mullen. We got flags on the play, and it looked like it might have been Medfield offsides.
Yeah, he had those hesitant counts. He went on 3 that time, and he gave a big hut at 1 and a big one at 2. A couple guys look like they might have jumped.
All right, we got offsides against Medfield is the call, so they'll get a free 5 yards out of that. Unless the run was longer.
Yeah, one key, Roger, this afternoon's game, for other teams that come down, you know there's going to be scouts from all kinds of teams for a game like today. Westwood didn't have to show a lot. They showed that inverted
right.
team, that inverted wishbone that they ran, but besides that, they just ran out of an I set or a pro set with one guy going in motion. So they essentially just came right at Medfield and took the ball and played straight up football.
We got
They
1st
really
and
got
5
fancy.
at the 30. Mullen with the ball again, but he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get anywhere this time. You know, the scouts went away looking at something other than Quentin Scott or Walter Burrell. I mean, I'm sure they came in here looking at those, and I'm sure they were concerned about Andy Mullen because he's been a pretty good runner for them all year long. But I don't think any of them could have anticipated the impact he was going to have on today's game.
You never anticipate something a player like that. We have personal fouls on both sides of the ball. A little pushing and shoving after.
Personal foul on both
Oh.
Medfield and Westwood.
Offsetting penalties.
No, they're marching off a penalty against Medfield.
Oh, we got, oh, look at it. Look at, he's going after the official. The Medfield player just jumped an official. He's going to be thrown out of the game.
That
That's
is something
incredible.
I've never seen
I have never
before.
seen that
I
before.
have never seen, that's,
And Paul Carroll was out there telling his players to get away. I have never seen that. This Medfield player is going crazy.
that's
He'll not only
Eric
be thrown
Duchette.
out of this game, but now he's up for disciplinary action from the school and probably from the league as well. We're going to show the replay here for you right now. This is incredible. He just jumps the referee from behind. I've never seen this before. And here's your replay.
And you can't see, he just pushed him there off the screen, and now there was the push. And there goes, you can see him.
Jumps him
he's
right
just-
there. It's incredible.
And that's
And
it.
I think the
they've
officials
stopped
have
the
just
game.
called
I
this
think-
game. It's a
yeah,
Westwood
they've just
win.
called the game. I think they've just called an automatic forfeit for that.
We're not going to go away. We're going to stick around for just a little bit because I got a feeling this is not going to stop here.
24 to 14 in favor of the Westwood.
They're not going to let the team shake hands after this one. There's
No,
no
I
way.
doubt very much they will.
They're going to keep them away from each other.
Well, Roger, that's it, though.
I've never seen.
Well,
It's
I have-
incredible. I've never seen that.
Hey, if they show the game on TV, they better show the fight.
Well, Roger, I mean, what more can you say? A wild ending to what was a great game up until that point.
I've never seen that before. And I think the player in question was Eric Doucette, number 70.
That's who it was.
Yeah. No, they're going to let him do it. They're just going to keep that player on the side. Look, here's your replay again. See, right there, he jumps him.
He did, yeah, there was no doubt about it. I mean, it was completely intentional. He just went right after him.
That makes no sense whatsoever. He's running after Joe Gallant. Now Joe Gallant's getting it. They're broken him off Joe Gallant, our cameraman. Well, no, I'm serious. They jumped the kid jumped Joe Gallant. So there'll be some further action on that result as well. For some reason, the player just got up off the ground and started, he threw Joe Gallant to the ground. Joe is all right.
This is absolutely incredible, Roger.
Well, Joe, you know, Joe don't hurt nobody.
Here he goes.
Okay. Wrap this up. It's been a wild, I tell you, I'm still dumbfounded. I've never seen anything like this before, and I've been covering high school sports for a long time.
Yeah, it was a wild ending, Raj, but it's unfortunate to what was an absolutely beautiful day, a great day for both the Wolverines, especially for the Wolverines. They come out with a great victory, 24-14 this afternoon. Medfield's going to be disappointed. They went out and played their hearts out, but they just couldn't beat what was a superior talented Wolverine football team this afternoon, and Wolverines go to 5-0-1 and continue their march towards the Tri-Valley League Championship.
And all in all, I'm at a loss for words here. This has just been an incredible ending. Joe Gallant is still down there talking to the police, trying to get squared away on what happened with the Medfield player jumping him and the Medfield player jumping the referee for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Just a lot of emotion. You lose your emotion sometimes, you lose your cool, and that's what's going to happen. But
well, it's been a great game. Westwood's best game, as we said, thus far this season, winning 24-14, and they play Wayland next week at home, and that should be a heck of a game as well.
We'll be there for that one.
Well, you'll be.